All right, soon to be former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson made it official this morning, announcing his resignation. This came as Johnson's numerous personal scandals, plus more than 50 UK ministers quitting their jobs. Johnson will remain in his position until a successor has been chosen. Joining us now, CEO of Starnes Media Group, radio host of The Todd Starnes Show, and author of Culture Jihad, How to Stop the Left from Killing a Nation, Todd Starnes. Also with us is correspondent at 1945.com, UK counter-extremism researcher and author of Monster of Their Own Making, How the Far Left, the Media, and Politicians Are Creating Far-Right Extremists, Jack Buckby. Gentlemen, welcome to you both. And Jack, I'm going to start with you. Let me get you to weigh in on Boris, his resignation. You know, when he turned on Trump, I kind of lost track of him. Give us your take on the Prime Minister's resignation.
Well, you know, for all Boris Johnson's faults, and he certainly has quite a few, you've got to remember the biggest victors in all of this are the Labour Party. The left has been trying to take that scalp of Boris Johnson for quite some time now. He's the man who delivered Brexit. He's the man who took seats, broke the red wall, taking Labour Party seats that have been held by non-Conservative MPs for 100 years. This man was historic in the things that he achieved. Taking him down is... yeah, something fantastic for the Labour Party. You've got to remember the Labour Party has an uninspiring leader, Keir Starmer, and what they're hoping is that by taking down Boris, the Conservative Party will replace him with someone just as uninspiring. And I have to say, I think that's quite possible.
Oh, well, Todd, what about all this? You know, we saw how the left-wing press lied about Trump here, how his political opposition lied about him, even fabricating the Russia collusion hoax. You think Boris was a victim of the UK's version of the deep state and fanatical press?
No, not at all. I think he's a victim of himself. Here is the problem with Boris Johnson. He campaigned as a conservative, but governed as a liberal. Look at the number of times he either did or tried to raise taxes. People were voting for one thing and they got something else. We do have that problem here. It's called the Republican Party. The other issue, of course, all of the scandals, and that was something certainly something salacious that the tabloids love to jump in on. Not to mention Boris Johnson's policies during the China virus pandemic. Here's the deal. I think, again, setting aside the tax issue, if Boris Johnson had pulled down the face masks and pulled up his pants, he may very well still be prime minister.
Okay, guys, I need about 45 seconds from the both of you. I just want you to comment, and Jack, you first, on how the press has been really not serving the people, but actually bastardizing the truth out there and facts out there. What has been your experience with the press?
Oh, well, my experience with the press is there's way too much to say in the 45 seconds. Not entirely honest over here, but what I would like to say is I think Todd is absolutely right. Boris is a victim of himself. He positioned himself as a populist, ran as a populist, and gave us sort of quasi-liberal Greta Thunbergism. So it's partly his own fault, too.
Okay, understood. And Todd, you just want to weigh in on the press and their complicity and how things are going so wrong, not only across the pond, but here at home.
Well, and that's certainly been the case across both sides of the big pond. Look, at the end of the day, especially conservative politicians are going to have to understand the media. They're not friendly to our policies, to our thoughts, and you got to understand that going into the game here. And look, Boris Johnson's a big boy. He understood what was going on here. So I'm not sure that we can actually blame it on just the press.
Understood. Todd Starnes and Jack Buckby, thank you very much, gentlemen. Appreciate the time. Coming up next, Texas Governor Greg Abbott